Hello everyone, welcome back to another Blender chessboard video, and today I'm going to be making the final piece, and in the next video, or in this video, I might do some final edits, most likely the next video. So what we're going to do, of course, I need to pull up some reference images which are going to be on my other screen so you can't see it. So I have two reference images. And now I'm going to hide everything except the chessboard. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a circle. I'm going to bring it up so I can see it. And I'm going to go into the Z viewpoint. So now I can see my circle. I'm going to scale it out so it fits about like that. And now I can remove the board. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into the negative X or X position or viewpoint, and we're going to go into edit mode. We're going to go into select vertex select. We're going to click F and E, and we're going to extrude it out about that much. Now we're going to extrude a little, about half, and then scale it in a little. And now bring a little out. And then we can scale it out, bring a bigger chunk in, scale this out less, and then also change to face mode, and then we gotta do that. And at this point we just start scaling in more. I think that's good. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to scale this down a lot, and I'm going to bring it up about that much. And now I'm going to bring it out the same amount, but this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of my faces over here. So that's enough, and then also the top face. Now we're going to go back into the X viewport, and we're going to ES to extrude and scale. And now we can do like that. And we're going to move this a bit back so we can have space for the hair. And now what we can do, we can start by selecting the top face, going back to our X viewport. I'm going to scale this down a little, and GY, I'm going to move it over that much. Now I'm going to extrude this, and I'm going to scale it like this in the X axis. Now I'm just going to scale it normally, and now I can move this over here, and now I'm going to extrude this one more time, S to scale, GY to move this over, and then GZ because I'm going to move this down a little. And now, of course, we're going to scale it a little in the X-axis again. And this is only so we can get the neck and the head shape of our knight. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to E to extrude, and this time I'm going to R to rotate, and I'm going to move this up a little. I'm going to do the same thing, but with a larger chunk. And we can move that back a little. Rotate that once more. Move it into the front. E, R, G. And then we can add a little piece. We're just going to extrude that about we're going to move that about that much. And now we are going to add a little piece here. We're going to rotate that. G to move it down. And E and G. And we're going to S to scale. G to move it down more. Now we're going to scale a little, we're going to extrude a little chunk, scale it a lot, and we're going to scale that. And I think that's good, except that this looks a little too much. So we're just going to quickly change the positioning of a lot of things. First of all, we need to change. So I'm going to take it about, I'm going to take about that much. Now negative Z is okay, I think. Yeah, negative Z is okay. And so is normal Z. So now we go into our X viewpoint and we're just going to G, no, not G. First of all, we're going to scale this down. Now G to move it back, like that. And also, we're going to scale this out more. And G to move it in, about that much. That's good. Now we're going to select all of this. So that's good enough. Now we're going to scale this down like that. And G to move it in, S to scale. So I think that looks good. We can redo that a little and scale it out more. Go into my X position or X viewpoint, move it down. I think that looks pretty good. Now we can move on to our ears. And for our ears, what we're going to do, we're going to use, I can say about this piece. And to do that, first of all, we're going to need a loop cut. We're going to loop cut it there. And now what I can do, I'm going to go onto my Z viewport. And I'm going to select 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go into my negative Y viewpoint. Yeah. I'm going to extrude it out about that much. I'm going to scale it out. And now I'm going to scale it in the Z axis. Make it a little straight or less straight, like that. Move it down. And of course, I do want to move this out. So like that. That's good. I'm going to select these again. Go into the negative Y viewpoint. I'm going to scale it out. S to scale. And then S to scale. No, not S to scale. We're going to scale it in the Y axis. And now I'm going to move this over here. And move this over here. So that's good. And now we can just finish it off by extruding it and scaling it. And of course, I do want to move this a little to the front. And now I can move this back or to the X axis. Now I'm just going to select all of these. I'm going to go to the X viewpoint, G to scale, R to rotate, and that looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to take this part of my horse, or actually, you know what? Let's change that instead. We're going to make 2 cuts here. And now we have a better place for our eyes. What we're going to do, I'm going to select this, or this point might be better. No, I think this is good. And we're just going to extrude it in. Let me quickly do that. So E-1. Is that too much? I think that's too much. E. Yeah, -1 is enough. Oh, never mind. It is not enough. That is too much, actually. Maybe 0.3. -0.3. Yeah. So I'm going to go on to the other side. So basically, it would be this one. And E -0.3. And yeah. Now I'm going to again sort of make some fixes with our snout, I think. Yeah, it's a snout. We're just gonna move it up and scale it out. And I'm gonna scale this part in. G to extrude it, or G to move it out. Now I'm going to select all of this and this one on the bottom, and I'm going to move it a little there and rotate it. So I think that is definitely good, and in my opinion, I think we can just scale everything on the bottom. And by that, I mean we're going to scale it in. So let's do that. I have everything selected, including my bottom. And now I'm going to look from the -y, S to scale. I'm going to move this up. And I think that should be enough. Yeah, so that's good. I'm going to go out of edit mode. And really quickly, I just want to see what this looks like if we add our subdivision surface modifier. And to look at it, of course, we need to add our color. Now let's change this to 6. And I think that looks okay. Definitely works. But of course it looks a little more like a dog than a horse. But again, it's okay. Still definitely looks like a horse. So I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to make everything visible. I'm going to take my first knight, and I'm going to move this over to the spot where the knight goes, for the gold one at least. And now I can just Control C, Control V this, and move it over. I think that looks good. But of course I need to bring it down. So there we go. And now I'm just going to Control C, Control V. I'm going to move them out. RX. No, not RX. RY. Not RY either. So it's RZ. I'm going to do 180. And now I have it on the opposite. And now we're just going to go into Z and put them in their positions. And these two, of course, they're supposed to be silver. So I'm going to quickly change their color. Material 1 and material 1. And now, of course, I can rename them. So this is Gold Knight 1. This is Gold Knight 2. Silver Knight 1. Silver Knight 2. And of course, we make 4 separate folders for all of these. Let me quickly check something. So let me quickly change stuff with the bishops. Yeah, there we go. Camera and lights are okay, board is okay, rooks are all okay. I would very much like to add a few collections in there. New collection. And I'm going to call this Gold Rooks. And of course, we're going to add another one. Yep, and then move these here, and I'm going to move this into rooks, pawns, gold, silver pawns. Now we can make the ones for the knights. Our final, it's our final one. So collection 8, we're going to move out. I'm going to call this knights. And then I'm going to make a new collection. Okay, wait, let me delete this. I'm going to rename this Gold Knights. Enter. And this is going to be Silver Knights. Enter. And it seems our silver rooks our silver rooks are in Silver Knight's place, so we're just going to move that. And then hide that. I'm gonna click on rooks. I'm gonna add a new collection. Here's Silver Rooks. And I'm just going to move the silver rooks into it. So now we have our pieces and everything else organized, and in the next video I'm going to be making a turntable to go along with our chessboard. So thank you, I hope you enjoyed the final modeling video for the chessboard, and I'll see you in the finale of the chessboard videos. Bye bye.